Hi, everyone, and welcome to the CDOs Magazine series of one-on-one interviews with CDOs, data leaders, and key influencers. I'm your host, Robert Lutton, Vice President, Sandhill Consultants, and I'm coming to you today from Toronto, Canada, working with the CDO Magazine and the EDM Council. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Julie Champagne. Julie is the Managing Director of Corporate Services and Data at the Bank of Canada. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you, Robert. Pleasure to be here.
The pleasure is all ours. So, Julie, I'm Canadian and I'm aware of the Bank of Canada, but the Bank of Canada is no ordinary bank. So, for our national and international listeners, could you explain the functions of the Bank of Canada and what you support?
Yeah, for sure. And you're correct, Robert. We're quite different than a typical commercial bank, and I have to say, one of a kind in Canada. So we are the Central Bank of Canada, which is akin to Federal Reserve, Bank of England, for example, and our mandate to promote the economic and financial well-being of Canadians, which is really quite encompassing. So we do that in a number of ways. We've got, we conduct monetary policy. So we aim to keep our inflation low, stable, and predictable through mechanisms like our setting the interest rate. And I can tell you it's a hot topic these days, right?
These
Given
days,
the
indeed,
inflation.
yes,
Yeah.
globally.
We also oversee the financial system, the well-being of the financial system, promoting safe, sound, efficient financial system within Canada and internationally. And you can imagine that as well through the pandemic and the financial crisis. That also meant providing, say, things like liquidity into the system. So on that front too, we also were the funds manager of the Government of Canada. So managing our public debt, foreign exchange reserves. We also provide payment settlement and collateral services to the financial system, and currency. Like we also, it's provide a safe means of exchange through our currency, and we design, we issue, we distribute banknotes. And just recently, this is a new function for the bank, is the retail payment supervision. And so we're going to be responsible for oversight and supervision of our payment service providers. So,
I noticed, just going back to your background, that you've
yeah.
got a deep background in risk management, audits, and financial analysis. Can you tell us how has that prepared you for your current role as managing director?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. And I have to say, my background is probably quite different than what you may expect from a leader overseeing our information data and analytics team. And, it does, I mean, to effectively empower business and drive digitalization, and all that it entails, right? Analytics,
Yes.
uh, culture, you got to have, change your culture. You've got to have a very incredible, awesome, talented, diverse team with a lot of varied backgrounds, whether that be stats, math, library sciences, software engineering, ITS, like I can go on. And also, in some cases, you've got, consulting background or risk
Right.
background, et cetera. And so what I bring is that strategic and business lens using that background along with knowledge of the bank. So I've been in different areas of the bank. And so I understand its culture, and I look at problems and opportunities a little bit differently and holistically and horizontally. So I think about it from an impact and fit for purpose mindset and how best
Right.
to drive change. So that helps out a lot. And I'm going to say as well, from that kind of path focus on financial and risk management, performance and reporting, there's also I appreciate the benefits from that
Right.
rigorous, systematic, methodical approach to data management and the challenges and limitations of data. So, I've had a steep learning curve. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, it's been hugely fun and it's critically important. And I'm super thankful to work with an amazingly brilliant team.
That's great to hear, Julian. Now, you mentioned you've been with the bank a long time. How long have you been with the bank?
Yeah. So I've been with the bank almost 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you must know a lot of the background and obviously some of the skeletons in the closet. 14 years is a long
Yeah.
time with one company, right?
Yeah, it is. And in different capacities. So that helps a lot. And I'm always learning. I'm amazed. I can say, I am always learning new things.
Well, I think that that's a rule for everyone, right? We always should be learning. And I think that, during the interview today, we wanted to kind of focus on the importance of data and
Mhm.
how you can harness this power for innovation. So Julie, diving right in, we know that data-driven innovation is critical to the economic growth and the improvement in quality of life. And while the private sector can drive much of this progress, government and crown corporations like the Bank of Canada can also aid in this effort. In particular, if you can, what data-driven innovation is the Bank of Canada working on that you can share with us?
Sure. I really like how you've linked data-driven innovation to why. Why
Right.
it's important, the economic well-being, quality of life, and there's power in data when it's purposeful and intentional and fit for purpose. And we need to think ahead and try to think about what we're trying to achieve and why. So, thank you for that. And to stay abreast of developments that matter to us and to the broader society at large, we do need to be innovative. And that means considering different data sources, techniques, etc. So, a few examples. There are a lot of examples. I have to say, I'm quite proud of that. A few advanced analytics use cases, for example, and I think these are public. So
Right.
where we've explored using satellite imagery data to better understand water levels and patterns of drought and flooding across Canada, because this has a significant impact on several economic sectors and the quality of life for our citizens. We've used machine learning algorithms to understand the supply bottlenecks indicators in global markets, so including the US.
Right.
So they have impact on our Canadian economy, our growth
Yep.
and quality of life. And I think more generally over the past years, we've really enhanced how we've leveraged different data and information to support our policy making and research. So, we've had a long history of using traditional macroeconomic data and statistics, but these alternative sources can really enhance our understanding of the economy and the financial system, and insights on areas where, say, official statistics can't, for example, and really adding dimensions when you're increasing the granular data to understanding underlying dynamics and problems. So, and we've put in tools such as data lakes and visualization tools, and that's been helpful as well. So, there's the kind of use cases, the big I
Right.
innovation, the small I innovation. And I think all of that is better positioning us to leverage the data externally that we're bringing in, internally that we have, helping to drive better decisions and drive efficiencies. So,
And improve the quality of life, as you say.
and
These,
improve quality of life.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I love to hear that. I mean, many organizations are more after improving value of their shareholders, but organizations that can improve the quality of life of individuals, reap the rewards many times over. Julie, we'd really like to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. We hope that we can get the chance to come back and learn more about what's going on with the Bank of Canada in the future.
It's my pleasure. I'd be happy to anytime, and I can't wait to hear about what others are doing as well, because it's a shared journey. So,
Yes,
and there's
it is.
always things going on. So keeping abreast of all of the developments is certainly key.
And for our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.
Thank you.